What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the concession stand. It's like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Out of the recency in question, out of the most recent 10 uploads, yeah, there is a decent percent of them that have been just me, like, just letting out just a little bit of frustration and annoyance. Unfortunately, we gotta do it one more time because I gotta let it all out on the table. And it's about a certain topic that obviously you are aware about, was my burnout. And I need to get into another portion I did not mention when it came to that. So currently, as you can see, I am on Zenless Zone 0. And I still gotta lock in on the new tower update. It's either today or tomorrow I will get these 50 floors done, but
stop the cap.
that's besides the topic. What am I here to talk about? I'm here to talk about general gacha addiction, because even though I may joke about it a lot, which y'all don't really be seeing on camera, it's like when you get down to it, it really is a bit of an issue, actually a good bit of an issue, because as of recently, I've been cutting back a lot on gachas, but there's a point where it was a lot worse than that. You see this list? There was a point where I was playing all of these games during one period of time. I didn't play each one of them every day, but it was getting there. Like, it was a point I was playing Starro every day, HI3 ever so occasionally, Nikkei probably like 2-3 times a week, Zenless every day, PGR probably like once a week or two, Wuthering Waves when it was out, which was basically every day, and for some reason decided to come back to this game. And I can't sit in that rubble, but 7 gachas was the worst. At any point, like, there were a lot of points where there's 6 different games, some stuff was switched out. There were times where just like the only reason something was on the list because it was a new one, and I was just at least gonna give it a fair chance and try it out for like a week or two, or just stuff that I was playing for a long time then decided to drop, or we go back to when Genshin was on this list. Very unfortunate times, but you see what I mean. And I'ma just talk about it while I get shit done. I might as well knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. So back into what I was initially going on about. Just like playing that many gachas at one time is horrible for anyone's standards. It's like if there was someone on this planet that was able to play that many gachas on the daily because they have nothing else to do, yeah, I would have to pray for them. Because that's horrendous. Like, there are more important things in life than gacha games at the end of the day, or just games in general. But god dang, I was letting it take over tremendously. So as of recent, I've cut back to a lot of things. Like, for example, obviously this was a mistake. I tried and that was gone. Wuwa. It was just an unfortunate amount of circumstances, considering it's like, not only was it that I was not able to properly record, because once I recorded and like everything started spazzing. It's like I forgot what video it was, but I know exactly how it went down once I actually went into Wuthering. I was talking with Wuthering, but as soon as I started doing any gameplay, it tanked. And then not only that, it was at a point where the world exploration got boring very, very easily. And knowing that I wanted to keep doing that, to keep getting echoes, yeah, I was like, I'm done. Recently I tried, but it's more just like I knew I had to cut myself back to some gachas. Like, Kuro is cooking, but it's like I'm just not getting cooked right now. PGR quit for a big giant portion of time, but came back like a couple of days ago because it seems like they're trying to catch up with CN or speeding up a lot of stuff. So I'm basically getting triple about everything in resources. So it's like it's helping me lock in on Zenless even more, making sure I get my dodges right. It's still generally fun games, so I'm on that. Nikkei, I'm still probably gonna be on this game. Not as often though. I'll still be on time to time. I don't think I'll ever play Nikkei daily. The max I've probably ever played Nikkei daily is probably like a 2-week time span. Probably 3-week, but that's besides the point. HI3. Now, I am the Glazer, but I gotta get realistic. Part 2 didn't start off too well. And it's like, I let it sit, and there's a lot of catching up that I need to do. But unfortunately, IRL circumstances make it to where it's like I don't have the kind of time to just get through story, because so let's see, I'm working a full-time job. It's like even though I glaze the fuck out of this game, it's like most of my gacha time does not relate to this game. It's like I could get dailies on easily. It's like, but once it gets to story, it's like you gotta basically dedicate a whole day. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck, this game has the most dialogue out of the big three Hoyo games by a long shot. But the thing is, it's necessary. It's like I'm not at that point in time to where I could just comfortably dedicate an entire game to one gacha game. It's like that entire day would be like a chapter, and then I'd probably have to do I got a few more chapters after that. It's not many of those days I can just schedule like that. So this will be from time to time. And then finally Star Rail, yeah. You already know I made a vid where I was just, it says gone for 2 weeks. Well, that was really just, obviously gachas in general, but it was mainly a break from Star Rail because, god dang, I was going through a period where I was getting the exact same gacha luck as relic luck as I was getting in Genshin, which was tremendously horrible. And I got very annoyed at it. And it was at a point where things were just ever so slowly getting more stale. Like, y'all seen what happened with 2.6 and 2.7. Like, people were about ready to quit. And recently, I have not been playing a lot of Star Rail. Like, even with the 3.0 update, I have not been playing a lot of Star Rail. But this might low-key be the last chance that I get Star Rail, because these devs are starting to slip up. Like, I'm giving them till about 3.2. Like, I could realistically not give much of a fuck about the fake lab. Like, it sounds cool and all, but there's so little to figure out on what they could possibly do with that. Like, they may eventually reveal something within the coming months, but I'm not putting my hopes on it to being something that will, like, hook me. So, up until 3.2, which is going to be an anniversary update, I'm going to give Star Rail more of a chance. And if it doesn't like lock in a little more, then I may have to leave the game. Because I'm at that point where there are days where I just don't play gachas. There's other things to do. Especially because I'm running this. I brought my original channel back, and that's mainly doing Shinobi content right now. And then the only issue is their season 1 rollout kind of killed so much hope for how much size they could get in terms of player base count. But that's a different topic. So for now, it's cut down to basically since Star Rail and so it's basically Zenless will probably be my most active, then PGR for the current moment, which will probably get switched out with Star Rail, PGR 3rd, Nikkei 4th, HI3 last. But I don't think I'll play any of these daily low-key. I could low-key care. I really couldn't care less if I miss a few days. And then eventually, slowly but surely, this list over time, probably by the end of the year, will cut down to at maximum of 3 gacha games. And let's be honest, it's like getting tempted by all these devs. It gets very annoying because it's like you're finally at a point where it's like, finally. It's like I can save on this game. It's like I'm not really feeling this character, but then this game has an upcoming character that you really like, and then after that's gonna happen, then the other game is potentially gonna have another character that you like even after that point, and it just loops and loops, and that's dangerous. And like, that's dangerous. I got tempted quite a few times to start just like rolling out some cash, but life said fuck no. It's like them bills made sure that they came first. And it was like them. It was like, well, it's for the better. So with that, I want to say to y'all, please limit yourself on gachas. Because like some other games may look cool, but it's like I get wanting to try a game out when it releases, but I know y'all don't want to be like old, retired, crinkly elbows and knees, worrying about getting your dailies done, knowing that you haven't even taken your meds yet. So that's where my headspace is currently at, and I think that's all I can put out on the table. So hopefully there's someone out there that basically somewhat relates. So what I've been having to go through, knows that they had to like cut back. But to those of y'all that can relate to this and saw any of this as insightful, leaving a like, subscribing, definitely be appreciated. Because from now on, yeah, a lot of videos are just gonna be me talking and trying not to sound like a yap fest. But if you want to just like yap somewhere normally, like we've done some revamps to discord.gg/express train, I'll be catching y'all in the next one. Peace out.